Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of Billboard Comics, covering the breaking news from coast to coast and sea to shore and yada yada yada. I like to keep this thing positive, this kind of side positive about the happy things, the positive things in comic books and comic book creations and all kinds of stuff it is. However, stuff hit today that I have to have comment on, and it's going to be a negative comment. So strap down, get yourself a nice drink and, you know, put your feet up on a couch or an ottoman or a human being, whoever, and let's get ready for this. I got an email in my email today. Went to my junk email, by the way. I have no idea why. From New York Comic Con, Reedpop, announcing the on sale dates for their New York Comic Con tickets for this October. As you may realize, I have gone to New York Comic Con. I have a computer right here, just so I could. You might have realized that I have gone to New York Comic Con pretty much each and every one. I was there in the first one when the state troopers came in and closed it down because the Javits Center is part of Port Authority. I was trapped inside when they went to one in and one out, and me and my wife kind of like looked at each other with a sense of siege mentality. Missed one, I think, because my entire family was sick, and the only time I didn't go to at least two or three more days was when my friend got married, and I went one day there and then traveled into the wedding and went there as well. So I have been to a lot of New York Comic Cons, a lot of them from the beginning, and I've never. Every year, it's the stuff that actually comes to tick me off. However, the last 2 years were pretty nice. 2 years ago, I went with my daughter on a Thursday. We went around and, going around with her and shopping for makeup with her on the Metron's site, and went to manga because she was really big into manga at that time. Just like doodling, tracing like manga characters onto sheets of paper with her next to me, like going back and forth. That was a great experience. Yesterday I had a great experience because last year I went there. Last year was a great experience because I got to meet a bunch of people I like. I got to meet Pop Fun and Stephen Kelly from Comic Traders, and they were totally nice. I got a lot of great books. I got in there at a reasonable time. I played it easy. I went there Thursday. I went there Saturday. Took Friday off just to recover because I'm an old man with aches and pains all over the place, which you don't really need to know, but you know already if you've watched any of these things. But I had a VIP last year. I had a VIP the year before that too as well. And I basically get it because not a big fan of like getting in line and getting the exclusives before anybody else, or go to the booksellers and get online for the free books before anybody else. I get there because they have a VIP lounge, which helps me to actually have a place to sit down, relax, and rest. Last couple of years, they were giving free refreshments. Grand refreshments aren't like unlimited shrimp cocktails or steak dinners or deviled eggs and noof de papa on a floating thing. You get a can of soda, you get a bag full of Snickers bun size, and that's it. Nothing really big, but still, it was nice. And last year I paid $4.84 for the VIP tickets. It gets you in for all 4 days too, so that's a bonus to that. And it was one of those things like I had to think long and hard about actual buying it because it is an expense. As you know, I don't know if you don't need to know how rich I am, but I'm not rich enough to afford that. But the whole process was good. If you were a VIP beforehand, the year beforehand, you're able to actually get into the VIP, first shot at the VIP tickets now. That has all changed. Everything has all changed. Right now, the letter I got from them says, "Dear Hi William, we are excited to finally bring you updates about New York Comic Con 2025. Last year's con was incredible, and your presence played a huge part of that. Why, thank you, New York Comic Con. I really appreciate that. We want to let you know about the change on how VIP tickets will be released in 2025. Uh-oh. Unlike previous editions, VIP tickets for 2025 will not be offered in advance to 2024 VIP purchasers. Instead, VIP tickets will be released during the NYCC Superfan and Fan Verification pre-sales, with the goal of making the extremely limited VIP tickets available to more fans who want to participate in the experience. Put a pin in that. Let's just put a little pin in that. This year, this is bold, by the way. This year's tickets will be made first available during the Superfan pre-sale on Wednesday, June 4th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we recommend being ready as that allotment is expected to sell quickly. After the pre-sale ends, remaining inventory will be available during the fan verification pre-sale. Limited VIP inventory will also be available during the fan verification pre-sale. Thank you again for being part of our community. We look forward to seeing you at New York Comic Con this year. Don't look that hard. It's going to be unforgettable. You're going to forget about me being there. So this takes me off a little bit. Open up to more people. It's not like, like if you add like 100 more people into the VIP list, the world's going to fall off its axis and we're going to fly careening into the sun, burning in a horrible conflagration of flames and plasma. You could add as many VIP as you want to add more people in that. You could have certain ones allocated for, the people who had it before and for new people. There's a thing like why is there like there's this is what I love about these kind of misses from New York Comic Con. I've been putting this up for 20 years off these guys. Purposely vague, deliberately obtuse. They don't really give you information. They hint and let you do what you want to, and maybe if they hope that lets it slide, and if it lets it slide, they don't worry about it. If it causes a big stink, then they come out and release clarification or something like that. But I digress. Why can't you, if you want to get more hands into the VIP access, increase the amount of VIPs you have there? You have a whole bunch. It costs a lot of money to go to VIP, and I'm going to get to that. Don't worry about that. To do this, why do you have to do that? So if you want to get it sounds like just reading between lines. If you want a good chance to get the VIP package, you have to get either the fan verification pre-sale, which I don't even know what is, because I never had to go through that before. Isn't everybody supposed to be fan verified? I thought that's the whole thing. They're sending out emails every 5 seconds, the whole week going on about gotta be fan verified. Make sure it rolls over. Confirm your information. Doesn't everybody have to be that to buy tickets? So what's the difference between that and the regular on sale date, which is going to be June 25th, according to this? The fan pre-sale is going to be June 15th, just in case you're writing this down at home. But the thing like that, I just don't guarantee you're going to get that. It's going to be a limited amount of remaining inventory. I mean, that is, of course, if it doesn't get all sold out during the pre-sale for the Superfan pre-sale. If there's anything left over after the Superfan pre-sale, then magnanimous people that they are, they will let the fan verification pre-sale people have a shot at it. So it's good, but it's going to be limited no matter what. And it kind of looks like from here, from reading this paragraph, they made no mention about opening to the general public. So, good luck with that. I don't know if that's even going to be an issue or whatever, but I digress. So, have a better than average chance than doing this, not a 100% guarantee, you'll have to sign up for their Superfan package. This is something they've been harping on and trying to sell for years and years and years. The New York Superfan membership is a $99 a year package. It includes first access to tickets for New York Comic Con 2025, obviously. Premium access to purchase photo ops and autographs. Digital VOD and streaming access to panels and members-only content form, which only, I believe, lasts 30 days after the con. So it's not like a permanent archive that you could actually go back and I want to see what Seth Green said about Robot Chicken back in 2018. Okay. You get a Pop First a member newsletter, which I'm sure is incredibly valuable. You also get they have a bullet point: New York Comic Con, MC Comic Con London, C2E2, and more. I guess that means the cons that this package for is, even though it's advertised for New York Comic Con, you can use it for any of Reedpop's various and sundry convention stuff. Community Discord access. What is Community Discord? I don't know. They don't explain it. You have to go like the FIQs to actually look for it. I feel like it looks black. All members only articles. Ooh, exclusive. Ooh, you get to see them write about. We write a variety article, but it's only going to be for you. And ad-free browsing. It is $99 a year. That means you have to pay $99 on top of what you have to pay for a VIP ticket to have a chance at getting that VIP ticket. Madness, isn't it? But okay, maybe it'd be a little stuff like this to pay the $99 in front of the what it would cost me last year, $584. Wait, hold on. Okay, with fees and stuff is over $600. Bring around up to like maybe $600 for your VIP ticket last year. No, they actually had the nerve, the audacity, the balls. Pardon my French. Balls. I'll say it again. Balls to actually like move the VIP price up to $800. $800. That's a 25. That's a 30% increase over the price of last year. It doesn't take a lot. No, 600 minus from 800 is 200. 200 divided into 600 is 3. Actually 33%. Let me be more correct, more accurate. 33% increase. 1/3. You're paying 1/3 more than you did before to get a VIP package. And let me just say this. I was like really very like wondering about the worth of the VIP package when I bought it for $584 last year. I think $584.60. And you have the taxes and stuff and shipping and all kinds of stuff that they hit you with afterwards. So this is not going to be $800. This is going to be like $900, maybe even closer to $1,000 after everything's all done. But this is what you get. Let's see what you get. There's only 3 items on here. The last 3 items are new things added on to justify the raise in price of over $200. So let's go see what they have. Reserve sitting in our Empire and main stages. How much money does that cost? You're going to have volunteers who are going to have to be in those stages already, and all they have to do is save some there for the VIP people. That costs nothing. Guaranteed access to all of the panel rooms. They're going to have volunteers there too, so that's no extra money out of their pockets. First access to purchase select separately ticketed events, autographs, photo ops, and more, which is also a benefit that you get with the superfans. So you'll be getting it twice. Does that mean like you are able to actually push people out of the way and kick them in the ass while they're down, and to get your way into like first? I mean, like if you have superfan and VIP, are you become like God? Are you like the con god? I say that I want to get Kevin Smith's autograph now, and all you plebes should go far away from me because you are smelly. I doubt that very seriously. You get first access to exhibitor exclusive reservations. No guarantees to actually get the stuff that they have. Like you go into a lottery to try to get stuff, and you can only sign up like as we call for only 3 stuff, like 3 things. Like I know, like if you went to Funko Pop, you couldn't actually go to like say her universe or whoever is doing stuff like this. You had to pick and choose. You didn't get like early access to anything. You went to a lottery to figure out which one you wanted to, and you had to pick and choose. It's not a given. Exclusive NYCC swag bag. Now this is where you might think like where the $800 is coming to. Like they're going to give you like a tin of caviar and Dua Lipa's phone number in it. You're not getting any of those. Here's what they had last year, if I can remember correctly. I might be wrong, but I'm not way wrong. I think we got a water bottle, like a little cheap, like one that you buy for like $10 anyplace else. Would probably cost $2 to produce. That I most remember for like being not able to hold water in it if you turn it on sideways. You get a pin, a little gold pin. You get a lanyard. I think you get a print of some sort, and you get a canvas bag that really is not big enough to hold anything. That's it. The entire contents of the swag bag probably cost them under $10 to produce. You go through marketing stuff like this, like online marketing or mail marketing or whatever stuff like this. You'll know enough like how much you get these really mad cheap, and especially if you buy in bulk, and they were buying thousands of these. So yeah, that swag bag isn't worth like the $800. It's not even worth $200. Complimentary bag check in the VIP lounge. This is good, but then again, it doesn't cost anything. somebody's going to have to be in the VIP lounge. Just somebody had to be in the VIP lounge last year. They're still going to have to be in there this year. So not having anybody new to look over your bags. This was a perk of the VIP program for a long time. 50% off at the NYCC merch store in at New York Comic Con. Yeah, if you go shop there, that might be a good deal. 15%, 25 would be better. 50 would be even better still. But 15, I guess you're going shopping there. And yeah, I guess that comes out of their pocket a little bit, but not enough to justify $200 raising it. But that was already in effect before this whole year. Access to an exclusive hotel block, which I believe everybody has, but I know, like, I think the ones that we had is even special because even though I live outside of the city, my wife got me a room in the city, so I didn't have to like worry about negotiating getting a cab in the middle of the night to try to get back to my home base or whatever. So where am I? Access to fast pass lines for photo ops and autographing. Yeah, this doesn't cost the convention anything, and in all things considered, it's not really that great of a perk because all it means is that you are standing in line for with a whole bunch of other people, and you get in faster. The only time I used this is like when last year I got my autograph off of Kevin Smith. This was a great experience. Little foibles here and there, but still overall great experience. I got in there, like, had to wait like an hour because he was an hour late doing everything. Stood there while the non-VIP line just filled up all the way behind me. It was like way past, like out into the hallway and stuff like that. But you didn't get in before all of those guys. You got in before most of those guys. They go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 to take you in there. So that's not exactly a fast pass. It is kind of so, I guess. You're getting in there after waiting over 20 minutes when somebody might have been there 2 hours. It's not getting in. Woo! But that doesn't cost the con anything. Event-wide VIP concierge available via text during show hours. Never used this. Never really had to. I mean, like, it seems like a good thing on paper, but when I looked at it, it doesn't seem like anything that would actually help me do anything, like make my con experience more enjoyable. Somebody might. This might be viable, and this might actually cost some money. But then again, this was a service they had last year, so it's nothing new they're adding on. The complimentary Thursday badge for a friend. This was good. I used this last year. My friend, my high school friend Rick, came in on that. Didn't even say hi to me. Didn't say lunch. Didn't anything like that. And I'm still hurt and bitter about that. But oh, by the way, if Rick, if you're watching this, you're probably not getting a ticket this year. Sorry. And that's like another $40, $50 or whatever it is. How much it is? Let me see here. $80. So that's an $80 value. So, and you get all like a 4-day ticket, which is $260. So, like, but then again, you had this last year for $540. Now we come to the three things that they're adding on to justify the $800, the $200 price. One, a $30 voucher for Epic Photo Ops, which is good if you are going to get a photo op. I went last year because Kevin Smith was there, and he's like one of my idols. He's like one of my favorite stuff. Half the time, the people who are there are like, yeah, I'd like to have a picture with them, and then I see their price was like $225. I'm like, not that much. There's very few people who I'd actually pay that money for, but the $30 is really a drop in the bucket for a lot of the people who are like getting your photographs from. First access queue to Artist Alley costs nothing. You're gonna have volunteers down there to keep people down there anyhow. You just have them hold back and let them in until that. I don't know why. Why? I mean, like if they're down at Artist Alley and they can look around there and stuff like this, and the artists are there, what difference does it make? What do you need to like to monitor that? Like I can understand like having this separate thing. People who are like, I don't want to have to go all the way up to the top floor because if you haven't been to your Comic-Con, it's like 3 or 4 floors of pop culture entertainment. The VIP gets you in on like the top level, number 3. And if you want to go to Artist Alley, I guess you have to go up there, go right down, maybe find like another like a staircase or a escalator or a elevator, and go down to the Artist Alley and go to the Artist Alley there. So this saves a little bit of time, a little bit of work run on that. I can understand that. That doesn't cost any money. Certainly not $200. The third one. Now I will be willing to actually like kind of sort of give this up if this actually pulls out to be as valuable as it should be. It could be. VIP only meet and greets in the lounge. You get. I think I skipped over that. Well, no, they didn't actually list it, but they said that you do get a VIP lounge, which is a table and chairs that you could sit down and rest your stuff and go through your comic books and take care of your lists and like plan your day and try to catch up with friends and stuff like this. Very valuable, I think, for me, for an old guy. That's one of the reasons why I go there, because yeah, tons of people just sit around on the perimeter of the actual con floor. Whenever there's a clear space there, you'll see like a whole bunch of people just sitting there on the ground. If you're like me and you have all kinds of pains and pops and crackles, getting up off the floor is not exactly an easy aspect, especially if you're carrying a backpack or a messenger bag that has 200 pounds of it in it, of comic books. But that's a me problem. That's not a you problem. You might be able to do a kip up like they do in wrestling, and hut, hut, and go right off into that stuff. And for that, I salute you. The fact of the matter is, the VIP mini zones would only be valuable if you have exclusive access to these VIPs. There are a lot of people who come to like New York Comic Con who like do not have a booth, do not have a table in the autograph area, are not signing anyplace else. This would be very valuable for them if you had that. You just had them and them alone coming in there and doing that. Like somebody's like, just say at the top of my head, because another thing, I'll get to this in a second, but no guests have been announced. They never do this. So you're buying this like for a VIP experience on a guest who you have no idea is going to show up. But let's just say here that they're going to do a panel for the run up to Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday. Doubt it. Could happen. And say the whole cast is like there. None of them are like actually selling autographs. But as a VIP member, you could get all of their autographs in the VIP lounge per your VIP thing. That's what makes that $800 mad cheap for that experience. But you don't know. You have no idea. You have no idea who the guests are going to be there. I mean, like Robert Downey Jr., yeah, that's worth money. The guy who did the inks on the last issue of Amazing Spider-Man, try to get some more money out of you because we're Marvel. Number 4. Who cares? Some guy who is in like Artist Alley, who you could go get his autograph for free. You just have to stand in line. Not $200 worth. Yeah, I would like to get stuff without having to stand in line, in like like for like a Jim Lee or anything like that, or like Donny Cates or whoever. There's some like Peach Momoko even. They have mad lines full of people who are assholes. Pardon my French. I had to pardon my French twice in this one. I don't know if I'm gonna get like struck. I don't make any money in house. Who cares? You don't get any money. Like that is not worth it, because you could go down and get yourself. Like, say if somebody who is selling stuff on there, like the $200 like meet and greet or photo op or autograph, like a Sylvester Stallone one you did that, or Haley Atwell I think last year did the same thing. That might be worth it, but you don't know. You have no idea, and you won't know. I guarantee you there will not be any guest announcements. I would stake $50 on it if I was a betting man and I had any access to get you to $50, which I don't. But let's pretend that we do. It'll be an imaginary $50. You see me at a convention, you say, "Hey, you owe me $50." I go like, "Hey, man, yes I do. Here's an imaginary $50. Don't spend it all in one place." I would bet $50 at the imaginary money. It's imaginary money. $2 million in imaginary money that there would not be a guest announcement before the Superfan pre-sale. I guarantee it. I guarantee there's not going to be a pre-sale for that. And if there is, here's a caveat to this. Yes, I'm backing within a bet, the imaginary bet I'm already making. Just yell at me in the comments for it. If there is, it's going to be not really exactly a big name guy, you know? It's not going to be like, Chris Hemsworth, you know? They might have like maybe and I love the man, I would love to get his autograph, Danny Trejo. But he's not exactly A tier celebrity. He's B or C, you know? But you're supposed to put out $800 out of your pocket, plus another $99 for the membership. I think there's a membership for like $4 a month. I don't know if that gets you the same thing. I don't know. I have no idea. It's like the whole site is purposely vague, and they're doing this like so you could spend money. Just this fact is, and on top of all that, if you're getting a super fan, they're non-refundable. You're in for the year regardless of like whether you use it or not, or you don't want to use it, or you only use it once, or for one con or two cons or whatever. You don't get the money back. So if you're getting the super fan membership to try to get a guaranteed VIP pass, you might not get it. And yeah, lucky you, you won't have to pay $800 for it. But then again, you're out $99 for a super fan that, might be good for you, might not. Who knows? It just boggles the mind. It's just like the greed, and like, well, it's the economy. Biden's fault, Trump's fault, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. There's nothing here to justify this price increase. Nothing. Inflation is at what, like 11, 13, 15%, something like this? It's not over 20%. It's not 33%. We don't have 33%. Like what here is being imported? What thing is being set by tariffs? The swag bag? The swag bag is like crappy throwaway items. I don't even know where my bags are from last year. They're not even a rotation of like the tote bags that I have. I've gotten much better tote bags from different places, like the ones you get you buy at Barnes Noble, 10 times better than the ones that they give you for free. And yeah, this is me whining, this is me complaining, this is me being angry and stuff like this. But this, I'm out of contention for this. I'm out of contention for this. So I have to decide, what can I do to get in there? Regular stuff, no guarantee I get that. The one good thing about being a VIP and having early access, you don't have to worry about having to compete with everybody in the general public to try to get stuff, because it's madness. Unless you are in NASA and have the fastest internet ever, and you could, everything goes in 1 bazillion of a millisecond, and you could get in there really quick. You could stand in line in a virtual queue for an hour, 2 hours, and not get the ticket you want. If I want four tickets, like a 4-day ticket, those are usually the first to go. Saturdays are next. Fridays and Sundays or something like this. Thursdays are usually available. You can walk in, basically. Remember, they're trying to sell them up to the day beforehand. Maybe I'll just do that. I mean, like I said, the last couple of days, went there a couple times and did this. But it's like having the VIP in the past was good for me in the aspect that, hey, if I wanted to see this person's on there Saturday and Sunday, if I had the 4-day pass, I could go if I want to, or if I not want to. But if I want to get that person who's only there, I have access to that. If I want to go see, say, Haley Atwell and have her sing "Happy Birthday" to me, because my birthday is coming up in a month after this show goes on. Yeah, and she's only there on Saturday, not having access to a Saturday ticket, because those definitely sell out faster than anything else. You see the rundown. If you go onto the New York Comic Con badge hunter or the official site on Facebook, just them going over and yes, the Saturdays are not sold out. Fridays are 50% capacity. Yada yada yada, and they all go away. So you might not get a ticket at all for any days that you really want to go there or are able to go there. Not everybody's like me, who is a stay-at-home dad with a wife who takes care of them and is able to do these videos and writes columns for Film Buff Online and all kinds of stuff like that, who can actually find a space in his schedule on a Thursday to actually go into New York Comic Con and buy comic books. Not everybody's like that. So having a VIP would be good for those people. But $800, I mean, $800 could be a weekend romantic weekend away for me and my wife. Heck, if we want to tamp down the romance a little bit, we could bring the daughter along, and it'd be still $800 for all of us where we go to. We could go to Philly. We could go to Washington D.C. Go up to Boston. We could go anywhere we want to. Go even, if I wanted to go on a gambling Lost Horizons weekend in Las Vegas, I could probably use that $800 and go out there and have a pretty good fun time out there by myself without my family. That's the kind of thing we're having here. And this just hit, and who knows, like they're coming up, they might come out soon tomorrow or later today. There might not be something already out there already where they're justifying the price of this. I would like to read that. I would like to see that. And you might get another video of me reacting to that. But right now is this is just like, it's not just disappointing, it's heartbreaking. And I know when I say stuff like this, I can hear myself being mocked by people. Oh, you're a whiner, get off this, who cares, well, you rich person can't buy the rich. No, this is just pure greed. And if you think like it's not going to trickle down to you at some point in the future, it's going to, they're going to cut services all the way around. And like, the economy, we're trying to get to tighten the belt there a little bit. Yeah, we got to tighten the belt, and and that's what they're going to do. But anyhow, this is the news today with this. And what do you think? Am I completely off base? Am I slightly off base? Do I have a big lead off of first? Maybe not big enough. Maybe I should get closer to base because I'm going to get picked off. Do you have any problem? Are you going to buy these tickets? Have you bought like a VIP in the past and then you're going to come back and buy this? Have you not been able to buy a VIP pass and, now you're happy to have the opportunity to spend at the price of a really beat up old car to actually get into New York Comic Con 15 minutes early? Is this your dream? Are you just orgasmic in glee over this? Let me know in the comments. If you agree with me on this, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. This is like an outlier of the stuff that I have on here, but I just felt the need to actually say something about it. But subscribe if you like to. It helps. The algorithm relies on all this. It takes not only views, but likes and stuff like that. So if you could, that'd be great. Until next time, keep on collecting. And if you have an extra $800 around that you just want to give me, because I'll never be able to pay it back, leave a message in the comments.